India is a nation with a population of around 139.34 crores and still. India's GDP is around 6.95% today, which was just 2% at the time when we got independence from Great Britain. We have grown, but at a very stable rate. What shall be the reason behind it? Is it the young generation, the government, the fear of not taking the risk, or the lack of entrepreneurship skills? The major reason which shall be taken into the account today is the education system of our country. It is indeed great. But there are some steps which can be taken to step up this journey of growing in our country. Since the very start after the independence phase, the Indian education system has evolved a lot. At the time of getting independence from the British, which was around 75 years ago, the literacy rate was only 12%, which has grown significantly today and become 74%. Even after having a literacy rate of 74%, what can be the reason today that more than 80% of our literate students are unemployed or are in the search of a better job? And more than 70% of engineering students do another job after graduation rather than the fieldwork, even after having a country that is filled with rich mineral resources. Employment opportunities and the world's third largest democracy. Why our growth is taking too much time? Why our GDP is growing at a very stable rate and currently is only 6.95%. Has the education system in our country not good enough to make us grow our country, or it is just us? These few are the reasons and solutions for the same how we can make improvements in our education system, one from the very first start of school and in their upbringings. Children are taught to have status in society, which makes them fear failure. And they do not even try to follow their passion. And this can be the major reason that after completing 12th standard, which is HSC in India, 70% of people go into the field of commerce BBA. But very few of them start their business. Majority of them gone on to do the 9-5 job. Hence, it creates a shortage in employment and creates unemployment. From the very first start of the schools, children shall be taught to be fearless, especially when it comes to starting a new business. Children should be taught that it's okay if they fail. Every failure is the beginning of a new success, or even not that new experience. Nothing goes to waste. Majority of these people start doing these jobs to support their families due to financial hardship. Government shall create more subsidies and other schemes related to this concern, which can make them follow their passion and lead them to start their own startup business, which can create more opportunities and can make India, as well as India's GDP, grow. The success rate of doctor doing MBBS degree is 89%, which makes majority of MBBS graduate student a successful person in their field, whereas the success rate of an MBA graduate or BBA graduate starting their own business is just 10%, which makes 90% of startups fail. Both degrees are being studied in and through Indian education system only. But the major reason or the difference behind this is that the professor who taught MBBS students are actually doctors who have experience of quite a few years in their respective businesses. And they also have hospital just beside university in order to practice what their profession, while the professors who taught BBA and MBA students are actually the professors holding PhD in respective subject and not having experience of how an actual business work. If we can make a change here by having actual people as a lecturer who have or have had startup and they have succeed or failed, and if they can teach students where they went right and where they went wrong, along with what is the thing that have made their business grow, can make a great impact on young minds. 3 children in our education system are taught about different individual things like the birth date of great people, the dates of different battles, and the date of the death of kings, and various other things. While culture is important to expect of human life to learn, But a majority of these things does not come handy when they decide to go into the real world to earn money. They are required to have practical experience with skills. So the actual things which children should be taught from the very start are the actual skills, discipline, and cultural values. So children should also have one mandatory period for entrepreneurship skills, digital and social change, so that they can learn how to make money effectively while following one passion. For doing a job, business, or any sort of thing requires practice, and one has to become the best at what they do. As they say, practice makes a man perfect. So why aren't we have a period where students are asked to learn and practice the skills like communication skills, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint presentation skills? India has an education system that is very much devoted to theoretical knowledge, while the most important thing which children shall be taught is practical knowledge. We should put more emphasis on having children learn practical knowledge from school, which can create young minds and grow our country to grow as well.